We keep saying we don't have time. But maybe the problem isn't that we've lost it. It's that we've stopped feeling it. Time used to move in circles, days chasing nights, and life breathing between them. Now it's a straight line, and we keep running along it, never noticing when the living part quietly slipped away. The age of acceleration. They say we live in the fastest era of human history, but sometimes I think the real speed isn't in the machines, it's in us. Our hearts beat quicker, not from running, but from scrolling. Our minds jump faster, not from thought, but from distraction. And our days? They blur together like a video played at double speed, still recognizable, but impossible to feel in full. We've built technologies that can predict the weather, simulate galaxies, and replay every second of our lives in high definition. Yet we've lost the quiet ability to simply exist between those seconds. We call this progress. But maybe it's just acceleration, without direction. The illusion of time abundance. You have more free time than any generation before you. Automation does your dishes. AI writes your reports. Delivery apps bring dinner to your door. And yet, you feel busier. Always late, always behind. Why? Because time has become currency, not experience. We don't live it, we spend it. And the moment we try to save it, someone invents a faster way to steal it back. We measure seconds like accountants, but rarely inhabit a single one fully. Our calendars are full, our hearts are empty, and we've mistaken efficiency for meaning. The new gravity. There used to be silence between moments. Now, notifications. Every vibration is a tug, every ping a reminder that you exist only if you respond. Acceleration has become our new gravity. It keeps us moving, but not always forward. We orbit around what's urgent and drift away from what's important. You scroll through hundreds of lives each day and lose track of your own timeline. The paradox of slowness. Here's the strange part. The faster the world moves, the slower meaning forms. It's like trying to read a novel while someone keeps turning the pages for you. You see the words, but you don't live the story. We say, I don't have time, but that's not true. We have more time than any generation that's ever lived. We just lost the ability to feel it. Because time isn't what passes through the clock, it's what passes through you. The forgotten rhythm. Once, time was circular. Day followed night. Seasons returned like old friends, and patience was a virtue, not a flaw. Now time is a straight line, and we sprint along it, terrified to fall behind. But maybe the world doesn't need more speed. Maybe it needs more stillness. Because stillness is not the absence of motion, it's the presence of awareness. The kind you feel when you stop mid-scroll and realize the sun is setting. When the wind brushes your face, and for one impossible second, the world feels perfectly unhurried. Closing thought. We live in the age of acceleration, but maybe survival in this age isn't about keeping up. It's about slowing down without disappearing. To remember that progress isn't measured by how fast we move, but by how deeply we notice. Because in the end, it's not the minutes that matter, it's the moments that stay. The myth of multitasking. They told us multitasking was a skill, a badge of modern efficiency, a way to be everywhere for everyone at once. But the truth is quieter and sadder. Multitasking isn't mastery. It's a slow erosion of presence. The illusion of control. We open 3 tabs to save time, 5 chats to stay connected, 2 screens to stay informed. And somehow, we still end the day feeling like we've accomplished nothing fully. Every task begins with focus and ends with a notification. You start writing an email, then check your phone, then check yourself. You don't even remember why you opened it. You just know something, somewhere, might be waiting for you. It's not productivity. It's restlessness, dressed as purpose. The fragmentation of self. Once, attention was a thread. Now it's confetti. We scatter it across screens, projects, people, hoping that the pattern will make sense when we step back. But it never does. We've mistaken being available for being alive. We answer faster, but listen less. We connect more, but feel unseen. We consume endlessly, but rarely digest. Our minds have become browser windows. Dozens open, none truly active. The biology of distraction. Here's what no one tells you. Your brain can't actually multitask. It just switches, rapidly, repeatedly, desperately. Each switch costs attention, burns focus, and leaves micro-fractures in your sense of time. That's why an hour online feels like 5 minutes, and 5 minutes of silence feels unbearable. You're not failing at focus. You're fighting a system built to fracture it. The dopamine economy. Every app wants a piece of your now. They've learned how to monetize anticipation. They don't need your money. They need your waiting. Because when you wait for a reply, you stay. When you scroll for closure, you stay. When you chase the next hit of novelty, you stay. Just a little longer. We live not in the information age, but in the interruption age. Our attention is the new oil, and everyone's drilling. The cost of divided presence. Somewhere along the way, we stopped living moments and started managing them. We film sunsets instead of feeling them. We plan conversations instead of having them. We optimize love until it feels like a spreadsheet. We're so afraid of wasting time, we forget what time is for. Multitasking gave us options, but stole our immersion. We became observers in our own lives, forever buffering between what we do and who we are. The art of doing one thing. Maybe salvation isn't in doing more, but doing one thing completely. Drink the coffee without checking the screen. Read the page without counting the likes. Walk the street without recording it. Presence doesn't scale, it deepens. And that's what makes it holy. You can't be everywhere, but you can be here. And sometimes that's enough. Closing thought, multitasking promised us power, but presence gives us peace. And maybe peace is the rarest currency left in this accelerated world. Because while the rest of the world is running, those who learn to be still become the only ones who can truly see where we're going. The tyranny of productivity. We built a world where worth is measured in output, where every pause feels like failure, where rest must earn its right to exist. We say we're chasing success, but sometimes it feels more like we're being chased by it. The cult of optimization. Everywhere you look, there's advice. Wake up earlier, work smarter, learn faster. And if you're tired, there's a hack for that too. We've turned existence into a checklist. Every joy must justify itself. Every moment must pay rent in usefulness. We don't read for pleasure. We consume content. We don't walk. We get our steps in. We don't rest. We recover. Even our sleep now comes with performance data. The invisible scoreboard. No one told us who's keeping score, but everyone feels like they're losing. Because someone out there is always doing more, posting more, earning more, improving more, living faster, fuller, better, at least on screen. We've replaced peace with progress, and now we can't tell the difference. Productivity promised freedom, but it only built a different kind of cage. The bars are invisible, made of guilt and comparison. And the lock clicks every time you say, "I should be doing more." The fatigue of purpose. We used to work to live. Now, we live to work on ourselves. We chase self-improvement like salvation, forgetting that growth without rest is just exhaustion wearing a motivational quote. You can't optimize your way into meaning. Meaning comes when you stop trying to earn it. Sometimes the most radical act in a world obsessed with doing is to simply be. The quiet rebellion. Imagine this. You close the laptop, turn off the notifications and walk outside. The air smells real again. Time moves slower. You feel your own weight in the world, not as a task, but as a presence. That's not laziness. That's recovery from addiction. The addiction to constant becoming. You were never meant to be productive all the time. You were meant to exist, to feel, to love, to notice the way light bends through the window and lands gently on your coffee cup. That is life. Unoptimized, imperfect, and utterly irreplaceable. Closing reflection. Maybe the goal was never to manage time, but to surrender to it. To let it move through us without resistance, without guilt, without fear of falling behind. Because you can't lose time if you're inside it, fully, presently, completely. And maybe that's the quiet truth of this whole accelerated century. We don't need to move faster. We just need to remember what it feels like to be alive while time passes. The end. But not really. Because this is the kind of ending that doesn't close a story. It just slows it down long enough for you to feel it.